Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So, I'm back again in Mars Colony Challenger, and we're on Phase 2. Now, let's actually have a look at what we've got to do in Phase 2. In Phase 1, we installed a lot of features around the base, and we just got it basically breathable and livable, but we need to sort out the heating solutions. So we've got a number of tasks to sorting out power and heat today, and we've got to load some food and medicine into the machines, and we've got to sort out the solar panels that you can see on the roof as well. We've got to install the heater coil, activate the power distribution panel, and we've already activated the generator around the back, and I'll show you the new parts of the base as well. We'll head in. So on this new part, we've actually had a lot of features added to the base. We've had like a little bit of a generator room added. So pop this open here, and we'll enter through our airlock. We've got the vehicle fully loaded up with solar panels to go around the back shortly, and we need to close this door behind us. So this airlock is actually functioning now, and I'll show you the air scrubber. The air scrubber actually has a purpose, balancing the air pressure. Nice bit of pressurization, and door should open. There we go. Now let's head on into this area. And we had a little bit of a power problem, so I'll show you here. If we access our battery, we can see that we're charging ever so slightly, but we keep dropping into negative because we're using up too much of the power too fast. The air scrubber's doing extremely well. It's actually got us up to that level. Oh, hang on, we've dropped in pressure here. There we go. Must have switched itself off by mistake. Done that. Let's check the water pumps. So we're heading into here. I probably should have installed a medical panel as well. So this is the thermal control station and the battery power for that. We've got two new doors leading out, an airlock there and an airlock there. And in this area we have the sort of mini power station that's controlled here. So we actually need to switch generator 2 on to battery. No, we're okay for the batteries here. These are all the batteries, so we have different batteries. You can see the charge in each of the batteries. But I do believe we need to actually switch one of the batteries over and is it service? There we go. This is not actually powering anything in the station at the moment, so we're going to actually modify that. So I've just sorted out the power controls, distributed it around the base. This is one of the other rooms, this sort of storage area from what I can tell. We've got some carbon, plastic, calcium, so different sort of items we can use to build later on. And we have these work desks, so we've got a fab desk and a mech desk. I'm not sure what you can do, so you can repair stuff clearly on that one. And here it looks like you can actually fabricate items in case items get destroyed, either in storms or other things. And let's head back out and we'll mess with the solar panels, get them fitted up on the roof so we've got another source of power going. Right, so I'm just picking up the last panels and loading them aboard our nice little rover here. We'll have to go to one of the side places here, select the cargo when we can, and load that in like so. And we'll also select one in our inventory to try to get as many hooked up as possible. We'll get in the rover, drive around the back, and hit the staircase. So back in here, drive, forward motion, fuel and oxygen looks good. It wears a little bit high, so we might have to fix that later on. Take this on a turn here, and I believe the ladder's on this side. Yeah, we're right. I'm just going to park this up, reverse, and just drive that backwards, and then one more forwards, and we should have that in a perfect spot just to go up the ladder and keep nipping up and down. So we'll exit that, hop on out. We'll climb the stairs and install some solar panels. So it looks like we've got quite a large solar array up here that's going to help power the base as well as our two little generators. I can show you the actual outside of the base going on from here as well. So that was the new module that's been installed as well as the power station. And there's another bit of a construction going on over there as well. So let's install one of these solar panels here. Install this one first, shall we? Service, install, and I'll be back to you shortly once I've installed a few of these panels. But as I was installing these solar panels, I was actually thinking to myself a little bit about the whole human versus robot, or the human versus robot idea of what would you send up onto the moon or onto Mars to actually do the task more efficiently. Would you send a robot or would you send a human? Because I mean, if you send a human, you've got the idea of you've got something that can problem solve on the go, where with a robot it might not have the actual tool, how to say, to actually be able to carry out the task, and you might have to send another tool back up there, where a human could sort of improvise a tool. But then on the other hand, the human could die. If you make a mess up, it's not as simple as you waiting a few months for that tool up there. You're going to need it there instantly. So let's actually load that last piece in. Do we need anything else actually in here while we're going? Let's have a look here. We've got the heater, we've got a med kit, food storage. No, we can come back for that later, I believe. Let's hop back in and we'll drive that back up. So yeah, it's quite a tight debate really. I mean, they both have the benefits. If you're going to send people up, you've got that improvisation, you've got the time solving, but you've got the disadvantage of that person could die, something bad could happen, and you could lose contact with him, and you couldn't get their supplies up to in time. Where a robot, if something does go wrong, you can just send another one up, and you can pretty much keep going at that rate. So let's exit this, and we'll hook up these last 2 solar panels, and I'll show you when I'm done. Anyway, it's some food for thought. Right, so we've just installed all the solar panels now, and I've just been checking through the settings of these, and from what I can tell, these things have to be remain clean to basically work. So these either might have to be cleaned either once a day or once every so storms or so, because one of them storms actually comes across, we didn't have a mega issue. You can actually see the array that we set up in the last episode all the way over there, and there's another one on the hill somewhere around here. I keep hearing these bangs though. And it's really off-putting me. I think something keeps breaking, but I'm sure it's just my imagination. I don't know. Maybe space is kind of getting to me. Being alone on Mars is the biggest killer. The insanity. Anyway, head back. We need to set up the heater and get other things operational. Oh balls! I've just made a big mistake. I've walked out of the emergency room with my helmet off. How do I put it on? Control T. Control T. Alt T. Oh my god! You cannot toggle your helmet outside the ELS room. Quick! Back to the room. Act urgent about it. Oh, there we go. Whack that. Can we whack that correctly? Up, 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 up. This is not good at all. Danger. Safe. I don't believe I just walked out with my nearly walked out with my helmet off. Right, put the temperature back up. That was pretty damn stupid. Power that back up. I nearly walked outside with my helmet off. Alright. You've opened a pressure door. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. It's done now anyway. It can't be redone. I need to just take that into consideration. So now we've just sorted out the thermal control system, and we've repowered the sort of batteries to actually control it. So hopefully our power should be a little bit efficient. We need to sort out the temperature. So we probably need to bring that up to a good 10 degrees. I think I'm happy about 10, 11, 10. 10 please. On, running, there we go, and bring that up to 10. Power issue should be a problem. We should actually bring this up considerably. I don't know, I think it should be a lot hotter. I think it should be like a tropical climate. Let's put it about 15, there we go. And that should equalize the temperature, and we can actually have a look at the air scrubber as well to see the environment around us. The pressure's coming up quite considerably. The air scrubber's doing a great job now, and it's pretty much nearly safe to do. We need a little bit less carbon dioxide, but this thing is working away. Nearly 14 psi. Absolutely perfect. Let's just check the last few objectives, and all we've got to do now is load the food and the medicine, and we're on to the next phase. So I think this is going to be quite a short phase. We'll have to actually cut into the next phase in this same episode. So it's another lovely night out on Mars, and we're in phase 3 now. So phase 3 consists of setting up a weather station, powering up base radio tower, activating a satellite dish, installing radios at this location, and set up a portable transmitter. So it's very dark in here at the moment. Let's turn some lights on. There we go, main the hall, and we'll pop that airlock closed, and we'll actually go and have an exploration of our new part of our base. Turn this light on. Come through here. Everything's processing away. Good. What we got? The scrubber's working. That's running. We can actually take off our suit in here. Is the temperature okay? We'll have to check the temperature. We'll quickly nip in the temperature room. If the temperature's okay, that means it'll be our grand unveiling of our character and actually see what he looks like. Turn the light on, thank you. And head into the systems, control for the heat. Okay, so we're still at -8, so that's still too bad. Let's just pump it right up to 25. Screw it. We'll have a nice tropical climate in here. Right, go up in here. And close that door behind us. And then we can head out through this way. Keep the light on there. I keep hearing these pops and things breaking in here. I'm very worried about it. Open this hatch up, and we're now into one of the weather station modules. Close that, turn the light on. So these are the weather stations that we've actually got set up, so we don't have to load them into a truck. I don't think we can actually go through these doors here. And let's actually have a look what's in this room. Pop the light on in here. So this must be the weather station room with all the little features. We've got a mini fire extinguisher. We have the weather station itself. So with this must be able to track and tell us if like there's a storm coming, so we don't have to go out within a storm. What's this? Geology desk. So this is some different coordinates. This is currently being used. Maybe I've broken it. Let's head over to this one. Satellite communication failed. Service required. So that's mean we need to install a satellite there. And that one's failed as well. So is anything we actually need to do? Control, message, no, info. Oh, look at that. You maybe have to control the satellite's elevation and tune it. Oh, that's pretty cool. And in here, these must be the beacons that we need. Let's switch the light on in there. I don't want to have too many power issues because we've just kind of gone through the whole base turning lights on and off. Let's pop this open. This is another airlock. This is the reason why you actually pop these things. Let's pressure this. We should be able to come out. The satellite module's right above us. So fingers crossed, if everything works, there'll be a ladder somewhere around here that we can just climb up onto. Is anything there? Anything there? Perhaps not. Perhaps we actually have to walk all the way around from the staircase. It's going to be a big ordeal, this then. Let's close that door up. And we'll continue walking around there. We've got that lovely sun rising over this Mars sort of landscape. Sand dunes. We're in the desert, really. It's just a fake, just a setup. There's the staircase. We can head up there and move around there. The base is expanding really well. What I'm really excited, though, about is the hydroponics when they arrive. And I think they arrive in the next phase. So we'll have to be ready for that. Food's going down a bit. And we've got another module that looks like it's being constructed there. Satellite dishes all the way over there. So we'd have to take a little bit of a walk. And we'll actually have a look at this weather station as well to see what we need to do with that. And we've got that little thing over there in the distance that I think needs a little bit of love and attention as well. We've not even explored what that could be. How are these doing? How are these solar panels? Okay, service. Do we need to service these yet? No, I don't think we do. We only installed them the other day. And check this guy out. Remote transmitter service. Okay, so this needs a power cell and radio gear to get that operational. That's no problemo. Oh, we've got like a little middle bit now. That's pretty cool with the generators in and the little door there. So we'll have to access that. That's cool. Courtyard. And let's have a look at this satellite thing if we can. There's something strange about this game. I don't know. It's strangely joined. You're doing literally laborious working tasks. You bring in things just like I'm carrying a radio component to this tower, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm just looking around. I'm actually constructing a little base bit by bit, installing little parts. Let's service this and install that radio gear. And all it is, it's a green bar with two options if something goes wrong. And it's just so enjoyable and relaxing. This is a game that you can relax with. There we go. We get the green bar to full, and then we get the fun process of actually tuning this radio station in. And there we go. Hook that up, and now we can close that. And we gained a skill point. Yes. Now let's tune this bad boy in. Oh, power on's probably important first. And let's have a tunage. Let's listen. We've got to listen to the sound. There we go. Bring the signal up to maximum. Oh, it was a bit better there, wasn't it? There we go. Tuned in. And off we go. So I don't know what that's going to hook ourselves up to. We've also serviced the satellite. I don't know if we need to do anything particularly with this satellite to actually get it operational. But the power's all up and it's all operational. Maybe it's just going downstairs. Service. No. The power's on, yeah, it's probably just going to have to be hooked up downstairs and tuned in, but we'll get that done shortly. But I'm just really enjoying it. It's just really fun doing these simple tests and just getting things to work and trying to survive in this place, building a base that you can actually live in. But I've not yet taken off my suit, but it'll be a great day when I can. And hopefully that little heater downstairs has actually heated the place up, so it's nice sort of tropical climate down there. I don't set myself on fire or freeze to death. Now, you're probably wondering what the hell am I doing in an airlock with these two strange little towers. Well, these are the weather stations that we didn't actually have to go out and set up. And I'm just picking these guys up and loading them into the rover. There's 4 in total. And what I believe has to be done is they have to be set up 500 meters away from the base. And they detect the actual air pressure changes. So if there's a change in pressure, it'll then relay it back to your weather station. So before you go out on a mission, you can go, alright, there's a storm coming. I'm going to stay in. Going to cozy up, and I'm not going to get killed in that storm. So it's a little bit of a preventative sort of measure to help me out later on. So we don't have to drive 500 meters away. I'm not too sure how 500 meters is really going to be measured in this game. Let's just drive up in here and press tab, and we'll head 500 meters away. So I think it's probably best if we head up to each one of these ridges you see around the perimeter of this place. So let's head out. We're fully charged up, heading that 500 meters away, hopefully to get that sort of actual range we need. I don't know if 500 meters is going to be between here and that hill up there, but I think that hill's probably a good spot to actually start and place one of these beacons, and then we'll actually rotate and we'll place all 4 in sort of a perimeter around us. So we've got 4 corners, so we could actually just head out diagonally, or we could head out the sort of horizontal way as well. So yeah, if we just head out this way, this hill should be the perfect spot. Right, so something that I have discovered, I think you don't have to place them all separately. I'm not 100% on this one, and this could backfire from me. But you've got to set them apparently 90 degrees from each other. So let's set that unit there. And power on and transmit. Okay, so maybe we've done it right, maybe we haven't. So let's drive this, let's take this thing back down. Fingers crossed everything's working up there. I'm going to just drive this thing right back in, set up the weather station. Down this big hill. Be careful, Aaron. Careful. Careful. We're sliding a bit. Ah, we've made it. We're not going to roll this thing over today. I think we have a grand announcement to actually do. We may actually be able to take off our suit if all the oxygen and everything in here is perfect. I've just checked the heater. We're actually at 20 degrees eternally. I'm going to pop this lock. Close that up behind us. And we're just going to check the scrubber. And if this is in order, we can actually take off the suit. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, everything seems to be fine. So I think it's actually time to try taking off the suit and see what exactly happens. So, store gear. Okay, we power it down. And store gear. Oh yes. I think everything's gonna work. Have we taken it off? Oh, we're not really taking much off. We've just got like ripped our backpack off by the look of it. Store gear. You're not wearing your UVA suit. So what is the benefit of not walking around with it on? Is there a benefit? Or is it simply just my health's going down, my health's going down?
At that moment, he knew that he'd fucked up.
Done something wrong there. Let's take gear. Okay, are we good? Are we good? Okay, we're good. We're good. Power on. Right, that temperature back up. Right, so it's not safe to actually take our suit off. It is nearly safe, but the oxygen mix is apparently slightly problematic. Oxygen, yeah, we should have looked. We probably should have looked at that one. That was probably quite important. Right, so our second little night mission actually. We're loading up a load of beacons. We've got some radio components already on board. I'm depressurizing my little beacon launcher things so we can actually stick them inside. Oh, we're fine, we're fine. Okay, so this is going to be the first place for the first relay, most likely. Yeah, that's where we're heading. There's a little comms tower off in the distance there. I don't know how far we're actually going to have to space these guys out. Hop out. Whack that relay up here. So there's the other comms tower, and that's in line of base. So we can set that comms tower up and we'll extend it. Okay, power on. Connected, extended. Okay, so that should be working. We seem to be getting orders from anyway, or maybe these orders were issued to us at the start. I don't know. Send a little message home like the Moon movie. Or maybe we're just a clone that works on the planet and we die every 3 years or so. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Anyway, I'm going to reach the tower and I'll show you when we get there. So we're climbing the hill up to our radio station on the Martian light. We're following these little beacons around this very treacherous sort of shaped hill. Let's just take a left here and go straight up. Try to actually climb up this thing. Oh, rover doesn't like. Okay, we're here. And I don't think we can see the base from here. Let's just leave that light on and exit out for the minute. Exit out. Battery's operational. I mean, it's being powered directly by a solar panel. You'd expect the solar panel just to plug straight in. But never mind. Install this. So it is the final part of this stage we just completed. We've installed the final node. And we've got the trip back down to the base that you can just see lit up down there in the valley. What the hell was that? It's just suddenly gone pitch black on me. Okay. Anyway, next phase, I think we'll be looking at hydroponics. So that is something quite exciting to look forward to. Unless the world goes black and I can't see anything. I can barely see anything but the car. Right, I've got to get back to base and investigate this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.